In a peaceful American small town nestled among rolling green hills and a gentle flowing creek, there resided an elderly woman named Granny Annie. She was kind-hearted, serene, and compassionate toward everyone. Her cozy cottage stood at the outskirts of the community. Surrounding it were a modest vegetable garden, a few orchard trees, and a white picket fence that swayed softly when the breeze whispered through. Granny Annie lived by herself. Her spouse had passed away long ago, and she had no children, but she never felt isolated. She had Lulu, her petite duck. Lulu possessed pristine white feathers, a tiny orange beak, and vibrant eyes. Wherever Granny Annie ventured, Lulu trailed closely, emitting gentle quacks, as if responding in conversation. Townfolk often grinned when they observed them strolling leisurely together, Granny Annie supporting herself with a cane and Lulu toddling alongside with rapid short steps. Each dawn, as the sun ascended and painted the sky with delicate orange and pink hues, Lulu deposited one warm egg near the little shed adjacent to the cottage. Granny Annie collected it tenderly, cradled it in her weathered hands, and murmured softly, "Thank you, my dear. One is sufficient for us." She prepared the egg, consumed half in the morning, and reserved the remainder for dusk. Granny Annie tended her small plot, cultivated simple crops, and led a tranquil existence with a contented spirit. One morning, an unusual occurrence transpired. Lulu produced 2 eggs instead of 1. Granny Annie gazed at them in astonishment. "2 eggs," she uttered with a warm smile. "That is most generous of you." She cooked 1 egg for herself and brought the second to the local farmer's market. She requested minimal payment, just adequate to purchase a bit of rice and some honey. From that day forward, Lulu laid 2 eggs every morning. Soon, the residents began to take notice. "You ought to sell both eggs," one individual remarked. "Feed the duck more, perhaps she yield 3 eggs," another proposed. "You could acquire additional ducks and generate a tidy profit," someone else advised. But Granny Annie merely smiled and responded, "1 egg for me and 1 for others, that is plenty." She distributed surplus eggs to impoverished households, to hungry children returning from school, or discreetly placed them at a neighbor's doorstep without a word. Gradually, people started calling her Egg Granny, and they voiced the name with affection. Then the stormy season arrived. Torrential rain poured for numerous days. The adjacent creek swelled and inundated the fields. Harvests were ruined, and many families faced food scarcity. Life became arduous for the town, yet Lulu continued to lay 2 eggs daily. Granny Annie had preserved numerous eggs. She boiled some, stored others securely, and allocated them to struggling individuals. She never demanded compensation or gratitude. One rainy evening, several townspeople visited her cottage and inquired, "Granny Annie, why didn't you sell more eggs when you had the opportunity? Why not attempt to earn more?" Granny Annie regarded them kindly and stated, "Because joy does not stem from accumulating endless possessions. It arises from appreciating what we possess and giving when others require assistance. I retained what I needed. The remainder was intended for sharing." Lulu emitted a soft quack and nestled near Granny Annie's feet, as if endorsing every word. Authentic happiness is not about amassing abundant material things. It is about expressing thankfulness for our existing blessings and selecting generosity over avarice. When we aid others, our hearts become enriched, and that is genuine prosperity. In a world often focused on accumulation, Granny Annie's story reminds us that true happiness springs from gratitude and kindness. By sharing our resources, we build stronger communities and fulfill our hearts. If this tale of generosity resonated with you, consider subscribing for more inspiring stories. Share this lesson with others to spread the message that real wealth lies in what we give, not what we gather. Thank you for reading. May your life be filled with thankful sharing and abundant joy.